Here's a story about how an L&D nursing manager tried to get me to stop pumping, and instead I got the hospital policy changed. I had my daughter Penny at the end of second year of my OBGYN residency, came back 6 weeks later, figuring out how to be a senior on service, have a baby, and feed her. Got a lot of personal happiness from being able to breastfeed my daughter. I was away from her a lot, so I felt it was my way of being able to be there for her while I was stuck at work. This was pre-COVID, so she would also be able to visit me on my 24-hour calls when I was at the hospital. Because you never know what will happen on labor and delivery, I had purposely purchased wireless pumps. I bought the Willow pumps so that I could always be mobile. Like, the people who are precepting and triage don't care that I'm pumping. Like, I had to be able to move around. And as a resident, you don't get like assigned breaks. There's no lunch hours, there's no assigned breaks. So I never got like assigned pump breaks. Everything's going fine. And then a couple of months in, I get an email. It says, it has been brought to our attention that the use of hands-free breast pumps are occurring by staff in patient care areas. HR and leadership have decided that this possesses an exposure risk not only to our patients and staff, but also to your infant. Pumping is not to be done in any clinical areas. I was mortified. You know how you get an email and your heart starts racing? I just was so upset. Like, I already felt very vulnerable as a new mother who was like away from my baby a lot, and like breast pumping is like very personal, and I just felt very exposed by that whole situation and so upset. So I talked to some of my friends, reached out to some other OBGYN moms, and crafted an email. Took me all weekend, talking about how breast milk is not a biohazard. Breast milk contained within a pump that's in my shirt is definitely not a biohazard. That we're not supporting our lactating workers, that we don't consider other medical equipment like Foley catheters or an insulin pump a biohazard to anyone else. I also escalated it to my program director, who then escalated it to the rest of the hospital. And then he asked me to contribute to writing the new hospital policy. And that's how I took a really mean email about my breast pumping for my baby and changed the hospital policy for the better for all future lactating workers. Penny and I went on to have a great breastfeeding relationship, and I ended up feeding her until she was about 18 months old. Don't mess with a breastfeeding mom.